A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
From all across the state,
Rushville,
South Bend, Washington,
Lakeland High School,
Culver Academies, North Vermilion,
we represent 160,000 student athletes.
We are the voices
of 410 member school athletes.
The IHSAA Student Advisory Committee is made up of 18 student athletes who organize the Student Leadership Conference and participate in state championship events as award presenters in many different roles.
We represent you.
We are the IHSAA Student Advisory Committee.
Pure spirit,
pure sport,
pure Indiana.
The Athletic Department wished to thank the following sponsors for their generous support of Union City Athletics. 3M Excavating, Botkin Trophies and Laser Engraving, the City of Union City, join the movement. Best Way Disposal, Cardinal Ethanol, Citizen State Bank, Double Z Home Improvement, Eco Vehicle Systems, Equus Consulting Group, Frank Miller Lumber Company, Hydrojet Signs Fabricating and Glass Components, Midwest Bankers Home Loan Expert, Derek Huntwork, Tree Hill Farms, real food made simple, Wiley Well Drilling, Woodcrest Lanes, the Smoke and Pin Barbecue, Didier Do-It-Best Home and Hardware, Kearns Brothers, the Union City Lions Club, Packasack, RL Painting and Manufacturing, Shuckney Electric Heating and Cooling. Now we take you to Union City Gymnasium courtside for tonight's broadcast.
Welcome to Union City Junior Senior High School for tonight's matchup between the Hagerstown Lady Tigers and your Lady Indians. We'd like to remind our patrons that Randolph Eastern School Corporation buildings and grounds are a smoke-free and tobacco-free environment. We also appreciate your cooperation in wearing a mask, social distancing, and sitting in the designated areas. Family units may sit together. Everyone else should sit 6 feet apart. Your efforts are helping us offer a safe environment for all in attendance. Restrooms and concession stands is located in the gym lobby. When you're in line at the concession, please observe all social distancing rules and mask up. And now for tonight's junior varsity lineups. First for the visiting Tigers. Number 15, Morgan Williamson. Number 31, Jada Breyer. Number 55, Delaney Meyer. Starting for the Tigers tonight, at forward, a 5'5" sophomore, number 13, Hannah Ridge. At another forward, a 5'4" junior, number 25, Katie Kiefer. At center, a 5'9" freshman, number 51, Hannah Pyle. At one guard, a 5'1" junior, number 23, Taylor Pass. And at the other guard, a 5'4" freshman, number 11, Cassidy Farrell. The Tigers are coached by Savannah Hauk. And now for your Lady Indians. First, number 30, Crystal Breen. And starting for the Indians tonight, at forward, a 5'5" freshman, number 14, Annalise Banda. Another forward, a 5'6" sophomore, number 42, Grace Shoemaker. At center, a 5'11" freshman, number 34, Cameron Fisher. At one guard, a 5' sophomore, number 4, Peyton Dye. And at the other guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 11, Emily Evans. The Indians are coached by Brittany Osborne. Tonight's officials are Greg Brown and Rob Barker. We'd like to thank them for their time they have committed to our student athletes, and we appreciate their efforts and sacrifices.
And we want to welcome everybody to Union City Gymnasium. Here it is, the end of the season for the Union City Lady Indians. This is the last game of the season before the sectional opener next week. It's against the Hagerstown Tigers here. And Cameron Fisher getting ready to jump. And it'll belong to the Lady Indians. Again, this is also a game, ladies and gentlemen. If you watched last night, the JV will be playing 2 quarters as Peyton Dye starts off with an air ball, didn't hit nothing. And we're going back the other way. 2 tonight, and then we have a girls game, and then we have a boys varsity game. So triple header action here tonight in the Union City Gymnasium as we're just underway. And Hagerstown working the ball around, and they're in, beautiful black uniforms. Pretty cool. We get the roster right. We'll make sure we had some mistakes on the program, so I want to make sure I get the ladies' names called out right. So we're just going to try to work it around here. We got a number 51 that is not on the regular roster. Don't know if that's Oliger or not. So we might have to wait for the PA announcer Evans to announce before I fill in and maintain and make sure we get the names right for you folks out there that might be listening that are Hagerstown fans. So welcome to you as well. You're listening to Brian Merrill. You're watching K.I.S.S TV here, student-run program. I'm the instructor. And we have Emily Evans, who had 11 points last night in the varsity contest. We've mentioned Emily several times this season. She's going to be a great addition to the varsity, probably permanently next season. And she's got a great three-point shot, and just like that, Evans goes up for a layup, misses the bucket, but a great pass by Dye, and it's going to go a jump ball as number 51 listed on the varsity roster. So hopefully that is Ashlyn Oliger. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait till they make the call here. And I hope I get these names right, as Hannah Ridge, number 13. To Farrell. Kiefer. And we have no scores. We're just underway here. So this will be a quick one, 2 quick quarters. And then we'll have an intermission, and we'll get the varsity girls out here. And just like that, great 2-point bucket. That's not a 3. Katie Kiefer hits that one. Kiefer, a 5'4" junior. Evans with the ball. Looking inside to Cameron Fisher. Nice pass by Evans. Cameron had the right ID. She turned around. Right there, number 51, we're going to call Ashlyn Oliger. Great block. And just like that, Fisher comes back with a steal, and here comes Peyton Dye the other way. Looks like she might have got away with a step there, as Evans going to crank out a 3 right away. No good. Rebound by Hagerstown. Rips it out of Shoemaker's hands. So good rebound there by number 25, Katie Kiefer, and we're back the other way. Looks like Union City's in a 2-3 zone. And nice bucket there by number 13, a 3-point bucket by Hannah Ridge. So just like that, 5-0 Hagerstown. Dye guarded closely by number 23, Delaney Oliger. And I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, ladies and gentlemen. As Cameron Fisher, turnaround jumper, tries to get it, no good, but Evans with the rebound, but strong spin to the bucket, and it's once again no good. So Emily will get back on track. That's her second field goal that she didn't hit. For the Indians, you have Shoemaker, Fisher, Banda, Dye, and Evans starting. Of course, Banda getting a starting nod because Crystal Breen, who would normally start in this position, has been suffering a concussion, and they want to make sure she's safe. So sadly for the senior, she's not able to play in this last regular season game. And Hagerstown comes up with it. Number 11, Cassidy Farrell. Over to Kiefer. Good ball moving around here, Hannah Ridge. Farrell now. And Oliger. And nice drive as number 31 getting ready to check in for the coach, Jada Breyer, at the next whistle. For Coach Hauk. I hope I'm saying that right. H-O-U-C-K, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope it's Hauk, and we got a foul. Going to call that on Cameron Fisher. The freshman picks up her first foul. And check that. I guess Miss Breen, I thought she was on the bench, but I guess she isn't in uniform. So I guess they must have cleared her on the protocol, and Crystal checks in for Annalise Banda. So hopefully Crystal's going to get some good action here in the two-quarter game. And that's an air ball there. Didn't get anything to Kiefer, but they got their own rebound, and here comes Hagerstown again with another chance. 5-0, 2:50 left to go in this first quarter. Call it the first half because this is a two-quarter game. So he's mentioned this pandemic, and the teams have been short and everything. People have been quarantined, but it's very exciting and grateful that these ADs have worked together to try to get these kids that play basketball every year in this pandemic season a chance to at least get some kind of playing time in, so their season's not wasted. And Breen picks up a block, goes hard to the floor. We got to keep an eye on that. As we said, she hit the deck hard the other night, which caused her to go into concussion protocol, if you will. As number 31 checks in, Jada Breyer for number 25, Kiefer, for the Hagerstown Lady Tigers. Farrell back with the ball. Working the ball around. Here's a three-point attempt here from the right side. A little off the mark there by number 13, Hannah Ridge. And the fight for the rebound, and I guess Hagerstown's going to pick up a foul. Fisher grabbed the ball, but apparently got hit on the arm. 51, so here we're going to get the chance of. Okay. Boy, I don't even have her on a roster. Heil? I'll have to check that. Maybe we can here in between quarters. And apologize. I'm trying to get from my roster. I don't like to mess up names for you folks that might be Hagerstown's fans. We got a loose ball whistle here. Oh, nope. Check that. It's a turnover to travel. We're going to go the other way. And number 55, another one not on my roster. I got a varsity of Grace Klein. So, again, sincerest apologies, ladies and gentlemen, as the program seems to have an error in it. Breen immediately picks up number 11, Farrell. So, Evans on the floor, and they're going to call a push on Emily, I think. She pushed Morgan Williamson, who had also checked into the game. So that'll be Emily's first foul. Hannah Ridge, guarded by Dye. Nice. I thought they surprised they didn't blow a whistle on that. Looked like Dye got a foot on it. Last touch by the young lady. It'll be Hagerstown ball. And 15 Williamson will take it out for the Tigers. Again, glad we're getting a good game in on a Friday night, because if this had been a Saturday night, all weather indications looks like we're going to get some of that white stuff coming in or at the end of January. So you got to be careful of that on Saturday, and everybody, if you're out traveling over the weekend, please be safe. But it's good that we're having a Friday night game. And, of course, Union City is going to be starting their tournament at Tri High School, the varsity, and they drew a tough assignment. They got the Blue River Vikings as Emily's picking up a steal, and she's going to take it all the way against Williamson, and, a little too hard there. But last touch still by Hagerstown. As we mentioned in the bracket, it's sectional 56. In the first game, Blue River will be playing Union City on Tuesday night. And the second game will be Tri and Union. And then the waiting in the wings in Game 3 for Friday night. Randolph Southern's going to take the winner between Union City and Blue River. And Lincoln Golden Eagles are going to take the winner between Tri and Union. And then, of course, championship night, Saturday night for sectional 56 is going to be Saturday at Tri. 36 seconds left to go, and Union City finds themselves down by 3, 5-2. And then down to two quarters, not a whole lot of scoring. It's like a soccer match. And, boy, that went nowhere. Number 55 got it listed as Grace Klein on the varsity roster, but I'm not sure that that's correct. Williamson taking the ball out. Inside to 13, Hannah Ridge. Farrell, nice inside pass to Hannah Ridge. Back to Farrell. Good trap there by Shoemaker and Dye, but Williams is going to take one from the right side. No good. Dye clears the rebound. We're going the other way with the Lady Indians. 3 seconds. We're going to get it up in time. She sees the clock. She's going to take it, and she's fouled at the shot. They're going to call that a foul right before the bucket, and he put up 2 points, but that's a 3-point attempt. Why are they calling it a 2-shot foul when she was fouled beyond the arc when she was trying to take a shot? That's odd. That's not a 3-shot foul. I'm sure that must be correct because I'm sure the coach will be aware of that. As Dye's first one goes down. Okay, we're trying to get it straightened out, and the referees are conferring whether that's a 2 or 3. To me, she's trying the last-second shot, so that's a 3-point shot if it goes in. Why not hitting? Okay, I need clarification on that rule. That's a little odd. Okay, he's explaining it to. I can't hear it, ladies and gentlemen, but to me, that's if you're beyond the arc as Dyes goes in, and okay, must be a high school rule I don't know about, ladies and gentlemen. That just thought beyond the arc. That's a 3-point attempt. So what if it would have went in? Would it have been 3 points? And anytime you're fouled beyond the arc, that's a 3-point shot. If you don't make it, you're at the line for shooting 3. Okay, forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. Odd. We just got an announcement due to weather. Boys varsity at Blue River tomorrow night has been moved up to 6 p.m. due, of course, to the weather forecast that we just talked about. So that's varsity boys versus Blue River will begin at 6 p.m. due to the weather forecast coming in. So we want to thank A.D. Thornburg for passing along that information. Again, we've talked about all season what a stupendous job that the administrations of the high schools in the conference and in the county, and definitely the athletic directors, of course, Athletic Director Mike Thornburg, doing the best he can to get these kids a season in all this coronavirus stuff that we've been quarantined. We've been, games have been moved, been canceled. I can't imagine the gray hair that Mike's got to have this year trying to get this worked out. But hopefully next year is going to be different. We're going to be back to normal, and it's going to have a regular high school season. And hats off to every AD in the state of Indiana, essentially, of what they've had to go through. I just can't imagine. So that's great that we can at least have these girls. What a disappointing thing. I feel, ladies and gentlemen, feel really bad for the seniors because this is definitely not what they've asked for, not their fault. And you have a senior like Carpenter, who we'll talk about, and, of course, Skylie Lutz, who's graduating as a junior, so you might as well call her a senior. So we'll talk about that next game, and we'll be focusing on Carpenter because she's really close to another landmark record, and it's going to be an easy one for her to get. She's going to only need 2 assists as Emily Evans takes a little leap and leaner, no good. Jody Carpenter is 2 assists away from the season of Justice Cantu record for season assists. And Breen goes to the ground, but Dye ends up with it. And nice hustle is Breen. Boy, she's suffering a concussion. She's been on the ground 3 times now. What a great hustle by the senior. You're going to call that on number 11. And that's Emily Evans' second. They're going to call that on the sophomore. And, back the other way. They tried to in-ball the pass. Hannah Ridge couldn't get a handle on it. Last touch by that young lady. It's back to the Indians. 6:31. It's a 2-point game, 5-3. Fisher, great inbounds. That's a great play that they do. Inbounds right to Fisher. Fisher pops it right up. Of course, Cameron Fisher, the tall freshman. And she's got that long reach when she gets the ball up in the air. It's really hard to block that. So that's a great inbounds play if you can just start converting it. So more practice will get that nailed. As Hagerstown's going to bring the ball up. Breen quickly picks up pressure. Getting some help from Page. They get it past the 10-second line. Here's Farrell. Tries it in herself. No good, but the rebound's by number 51. And they put it up and in. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot hear the PA announcer that's down below me of the name of the Hagerstown player that scored that. Sincerest apologies. Of course, I know our team. Emily Evans. Here's Breen. Let's play a little pass here. Look for a good shot with a 4-point deficit here. We've talked about Evans. Her 3-point perimeter shooting, she's just going to continue to get better, but she is definitely a threat if you're Hagerstown. You want to keep an eye on it. Right there, Dyes can no slouch herself. She can hit from the perimeter as well. And boy, these ladies are wrestling for this ball. We're going to get another jump ball, but somebody's always ending up on the ground when they're trying to fight for possession. So after 3 times on the floor, it looks like the senior Breen's going to be okay. So that's good. Got to worry a little bit about her because she just got back from concussion like we talked about. But she's a scrapper, and she's where the ball wants, wherever the ball goes, that's where she wants to be. As Dial dribble it back out. 5:30 left to go, I guess you would say, in the game. And they tried to feed it into Fisher, but nice steal by number 51. And we're going back the other way. Number 13, Hannah Ridge. Over to Farrell. Oliger, check that. Boy, gets nothing but great rebound by number 25, Kiefer. And she's right there. No blocking out by Union City. Shoemaker couldn't get down there in time. That was an easy bucket for Kiefer. And it's a 9-3 ball game now. 4:59 to go. As Annalise Banda gets ready to check in for Coach Osborne. Di looked like she got a step, but they're going to call it. Di's going to take a 3. In and out, no good. And here come the Lady Tigers. Boy, Breen's got a low center of gravity. She's just very quick. A nice bucket there by Hagerstown. I think I heard Hannah, but I don't see a Hannah on my roster. I'm still trying to get her name, but 4 minutes left to go. Nice pick by Shoemaker to free up Di for a shot around the side, no good. And nice wrestle away by Hagerstown, but they're going to call her for a walk, and I didn't see her lift her pivot foot, but I'm not in position to make that call. Evans will take the ball, and here comes Miss Banda. And she's checking in for Grace Shoemaker. Di, Evans, boy, I think they might recognize Evans has not had the free looks that she had last night. Here's Breen's going to take a 3 from the top of the key, no good. And here we go back on the ground. Boy, young Evans, the sophomore, scrapping down in there. And they're going to call it a jump ball, and it's going to go back the other way. But you got to like to have that hustle out of the Lady Indians, going for every ball that they can to try to get possession. So that's got to please Coach Osborne with that kind of effort out of these ladies. And 3:55, Union City's got to have an 8, got to manage to get some defense and get some scoring on. They're down by 8, and they've only got 3:40. And nice steal by Di out to Breen. Breen's going to dribble it in, a little spin move, ends up on the ground again, and they're going to call her for a walk. You guys find yourself down by 8. You've only managed to score 3 in that first stanza. And number 31 comes in, Jada Breyer. I have her listed as a 5'9" sophomore center. And Annalise Band has drawn the assignment on her, so easily Annalise is probably about 3 or 4 inches lower, and I like the way Coach Osborne's doing because Annalise is just fronting her and keep an eye on the ball a little bit, just making sure, just like that. Good defense, though, because the shot was a little too long, and here come the Indians now. As Banda made a little intimidation, tried to alter that shot of Breyer. Evans. Here we go. That's what we need to see. And, just short. She hits the front of the rim, does Evans. And we're back the other way. 3:10 left to go. So Union City needs to pick up the defense. Nice bounce pass inside, but couldn't get a handle on it. Fisher's right there for the D. And nice defense. Cameron has her arms straight up. No whistle, so good defense on the miss. And here we go back the other way. Di. It's 1-on-4. Wisely pulls it up and lets the other troops get back. Evans, that's what she needs to do. There she goes. Emily's on the board now with her first 3. 11-6, 2:38 left to go. It's a 5-point ball game. And we're going to get a timeout, 30-second timeout by Coach Houck. And that's what the confidence the young sophomore needs. She needs to hit that first 3. Emily takes a lot of 3s around the perimeter. She might miss her first 1 or 2, but when she starts to get going, then that's got to be dangerous if you're Hagerstown, because she can start nailing them from everywhere when she gets the groove. But we've only got a few minutes here, and then we're going to go into varsity action after a short break. So excited to see what the ladies are going to do in the last regular season game on Union City's floor. Again, we mentioned earlier at the beginning of the game, Jody Carpenter and Skylar Letts, the two seniors that will be leaving. So this is their last regular season game, and I'm sure it's going to be a emotional and bittersweet moment as when the clock winds down, and that's the last time they will step on the gymnasium floor of Union City as a basketball player. Last night, Carpenter did break Justice Cantu's single game assist mark. The record was 15, and Carpenter knocked in 17 assists. So she holds that record, and as we said, she only needs 2 more in this next contest to break the season record. .228 now as Hagerstown works the ball around. And I guess we're going back the other way here. A turnover, we got a foul. And here we got number 31, Jada Breyer, an illegal screen. I think that's what I heard the ref say. And Emily will bring it past the timeline. Shoemaker's checked back in. They need to start putting something up. Breen looks like she was getting ready to pop one, but no. That's who you want in the hand. You want the ball in the hot hand of Emily Evans, but you're working against the clock now as Emily's going to try to dribble around. She backs out now, clicks back out to Breen, over to Dye. You got to put it up sometime. I expect the senior Breen might pop one. I think here's Dye now with one. In and out, no good. Great rebound by number 23, Delaney Oliger. As Williamson kind of clears Breen a little bit, and yep, as I say, Dye got a little bit of push there on number 13, Hannah Ridge, and Peyton's going to pick up her first foul. 1:42 left to go in this little abbreviated JV match, 11-6. Williamson works the ball around. Again, I guess if you're oh, here's one from the right side and just inside the three-point line, but no good. Excellent rebound by Breyer. And she gets it out. There we go, picked up by number 51, whose name I can't get. Williamson now. Get everybody but her. And they're going to call a charge the other way on Hagerstown. What number to get it here? Number 41, Candace Allen. That'll be her second for number 41. And 11-6, so there's 5 points that the Union City needs to make up just to tie this game as Coach Osborne wants to have a timeout. I think she recognizes, too, you got to get 5 points in just a little over a minute. Still anybody's game, but I think you put the ball in Evans' hands. Dye, of course, can shoot, but try to work Fisher inside. They've tried that a couple times already, and Fisher just couldn't find the bucket. Had the good look, just wouldn't get it to drop. So that's where we're at. Looking at the next game, the sensational senior Haley Rogers, number 21, 14.5 a game. She's 39% of Hagerstown's offense, so that'll be interesting to watch her. She's amongst the conference leaders as well as a lot of the Indians, and we'll talk about that next game. But we're getting ready to approach almost a minute left to go in this contest, and Union City's got to get a quick bucket and get possession back quickly, and there's Dye there just kind of taking her time. I just don't see any urgency to try to get a play going, get a set play. Evans, you got to take that. We're under a minute. Dye dribbles in. Then she finally takes one from the baseline. No good. And good boxing out by Hagerstown. And they're going to call her quick for a walk there. Number 55. Don't have her on the roster. So big break for the Indians there. Another chance to get a 2 or 3 here. And that lob to Fisher wasn't there. Nice bounce pass into Shoemaker. Shoemaker thought she might have traveled, but it looks like she kept it, and it's going to bounce in. No good. Rebound by Fisher. She tries to go up, and she's fouled. Cameron was too far underneath the bucket, so she had to kind of lean back, and good thing that they had a Hagerstown defender there because she really couldn't do nothing but foul her. So Cameron Fisher will go liner. These are important if you can keep the clock stopped and execute these free throws. So these are big free throws if the Indians want to continue to maintain to be in this game. And Cameron, the freshman, nails her first one. Breyer checks back in for Coach Houck. And Fisher's second one, and she sinks it. So just like that, it's a 3-point ball game. One shot by Evans from the perimeter or die, and it's a tie ball game. So I'm sure that's what Coach Osborne's going to talk to her troops about. Now it's a game situation. As number 25 is going to check back in, Kiefer, for Coach Houck. And if you're Coach Osborne, hopefully he's got to draw up a play, but it's going to be Hagerstown ball. They got to stop that. They got to get a stop. But I think Coach Osborne probably, with the time due, she's probably got an offensive play drawn up for the girls as well when they get possession. Situational strategy here. If they come down and score, I'm sure Osborne's got one set, a set play, and then if they miss, I'm sure it's going to go different the other way. So I'm sure that's what's being discussed as we get ready to be. This is got to be one of the quickest games, like last night. First 2 quarters in JV. Want to mention again, just a few minutes ago, this was handed to me by AD Mike Thornburg. The boys varsity at Blue River tomorrow night has been moved up to 6 p.m. due to the weather forecast. We mentioned earlier. Looks like we got a nasty one coming in if it still holds its course. So that's tomorrow night. The varsity boys game basketball against Blue River tomorrow night at 6 p.m. As Kiefer will take the ball out underneath the Indians' bucket. And full court press by the Indians. That's what you got to do. So good strategy by Coach Osborne. As Evans is going to pick up her 3rd foul, but that's very smart foul by the sophomore. Had a foul to give, so the next one's going to be in a 1-on-1. So just a few ticks went off the clock. We got 39.2. And let's see what they can do to get the ball in. Hopefully the Indians can get a turnover here and get the ball back. You say, Evans, you don't want to pick up your 4th. Here comes Hagerstown. They're just going to probably walk around. They're trying to foul her. Who's going to pick it up? We're going to call out on number 30. That's Breen. So the senior picks up her 2nd foul. 34 seconds left to go. And it is a 1-on-1 situation now. Delaney Oliger will be at the line. Shooting 1 on a bonus. She nails the first one. Boy, that's not what you need if you're Union City. Now that's a 2-possession game now. And she hit this one. You're going to have to hit 2 threes to win. And she nails that one. So good 2-point play there and a very big one for the Hagerstown JV team. As they quickly hustle up, and Evans going to crank one up from the right side. And she nails it. And timeout quickly by Coach Osborne. That just made it interesting. As Evans, the ace from the 3-point perimeter, makes it a 2-point ball game. 30-second timeout. So that's what you want to do. You want to get a good defensive call, and maybe a quick foul, and 1-on-1, so they're in the 1 bonus. So even if they hit the first one, it's still 3 will tie it. But the best case scenario for the Indians is to try to steal this inbound pass or get possession somehow, and then see if at least tie it inside maybe a dish to Fisher or kick it back out to Evans. Evans hits 2 threes from the perimeter now. She got 6 of the 11 points for the Lady Indians. Left. Had a talk with Joel Herberts here from WKBV Richmond. He'll be calling the game on that AM station. And it's Crystal Breen, the senior, picks up her 4th foul. 17.2, but it's still anybody's game. These are important free throws here if you're Hagerstown. If you sink both of these, I think the game's kind of out of reach, but hitting one of them, it's still obtainable. And this first one, no good. Fisher with the rebound. Here comes Dye. Quickly back. Let's see. Oh, she gets away with the travel. And Breen goes, and they're going to call Breen with a travel. Breen's uptight. She's not happy about that. She's upset, and that's a costly penalty by the Indians because they had a chance to come down here and win it with a 3, but now we're at 11 seconds. Over. You got to foul quickly. Just like that, 8.7, and hope that they don't hit their first one. They hit one, it's still a game, but if they hit both of these with 8.7, Union City's got to hustle down and get the 3, and Breen is just fouled out of the ball game, and that senior cannot be happy. She's a competitor. And I think, that foul, that travel could have come down either way. But so Crystal Breen's season as a senior and an Indian is over at the JV level. I'm sure she'll dress the varsity for Coach Black as Breyer hits her first one. Still a 3-point game, but this one's going to ice it. I have a feeling it's a 2-possession game. And no, doesn't go in. Get it to Dye. You got to look for Evans. Where's Shet? Looking into Evans. Oh, and just out of her hands, and they're going to call a jump ball. And ooh, what a break. They're going to call a jump ball with 1 second left to go. Union City's possession. So Coach Osborne calls a timeout, and I'm sure she's going to set up a play from the inbounds. It's got to be something quick. 1 second is enough to win the game. And she's going to verify where the ball's being taken out, and I'm sure that's part of Osborne's strategy to see how she's going to draw up a play depending on where they're going to bring the ball in. So I don't know, maybe a screen in the inbounds and trying to free up Evans, but you do need a 3-point bucket, so it will be a perimeter shot. Conversely, on the other side, if you're Hagerstown, make sure you guard that perimeter. You can give them anything in the 2. 1 second left, that's not a problem. I would almost put kids all around the perimeter line on the ball in and just try to prevent Union City from a 3. So we'll see what happens here when both teams come back from the timeout. I want to thank our crew tonight, Phil Williams down with Austin Hummel and Jordan the Ironman Walzer down in the control room, as well as our camera people tonight, Colson Clemens, Maddie Abel, Cabry Cooper is going to help me with stats the next 2 games, and Christian Cardona and Gloria Cardona. Those are our crew tonight. So it's going to be Shoemaker bringing the ball inbounds, and Coach Osborne has a little bit of a, 4 corners, if you will. Let's see who they're trying to free up. They're trying to free up Evans, and she's going to launch it, and it's not going to be enough, and that's going to be the end of the game there, 14-11. Nice effort. Emily just couldn't get enough into it, and that's it for the first game, as the JV from Hagerstown is going to beat the Lady Indians, and the JV season's over with. That was it. So congratulations to the ladies on the year that you could make it in the year of the pandemic. So we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and rejoin you, and we're going to join varsity action as the Tri-Eastern Conference matchup between the Hagerstown Lady Tigers and the Union City Lady Indians. We'll be back.